Right, okay, I'm going to try and show you how to make the super elaborate Hunger Games hairstyle. So, here's my hair. Okay, so she has sort of braids over here, but she also has these hanging things here. So I'm going to separate all my hair right the way over the top. Separate all that off. And for now, I'm just going to tie it out the way. While I do some other stuff. Okay, now at the back, she's got all these swoopy braid things. Sorry, I've got a mirror there, I'm not staring away into the distance dramatically. So, but she's got all these loopy braids that hang down and are looped up and under. But she's also got this sort of bun thing on the back that looks like it's braids wrapped around and round. To do that on a wig, because I'm doing this for my friend Sam, who's doing it on a wig, you're probably going to need hair pieces and probably like one of those bun formers stuck here to wind things around, and pin stuff too, because otherwise it's not going to show very well. But as my hair is not a wig, I'm going to separate out another about inch wide section here, and this is what I'm going to braid with in a minute. So this will become loops. So section that off into that bit. And then I'm also going to take out some at the bottom as well. Just about this much, see? That I can, it's probably about an inch from my lower hairline, but my hair's quite thin at the bottom. And then the rest, this will form a bun. This bit, okay? Finding some grips. Okay, so I'm going to make a braided bun out of this piece. So I'm going to take all this that I'm saving out of the way. Like that. Okay, so that's the very bottom of my hair that I'm not braiding yet. So I'm going to separate this section into two. And then just do a standard braid or plait or whatever you want to call it with this bit. I'll fast forward all the braiding bits and just show you the finished stuff because it'll be really boring otherwise. So I braided that backwards to begin with, so back like this, to try and get the plait close to the parting that I made, because I want it to be close to the other one that I'm going to do. Oh, dropped it. My hair's a bit layered, so I'm going to have quite a big tassel on the end of this. But again, so I'm doing it on a wig. You shouldn't have a problem because it should all be hopefully a wig with similar lengths in it. Okay, I don't have any, but the best way to tie this off is probably with those little clear elastics. But ones without metal obviously are best if you don't have those. So I've just got these little tiny ones. They're really small. Okay. So, same with the other piece from the middle. Just another regular plait, I suppose. If you know your different braids, this is an English braid. But it's just a normal 3-strand plait or braid, whatever you want to call it. Oh, tangly ends. Okay, once I've done this plait, I'm going to turn around so you can see what I've done so far. That went closer to the end. Again, probably want to tie it off with a little plastic elastic rather than one of these, because these are bulky and it'll show. Okay, so I turn around. Hopefully you can still see me, yeah. Okay, so this is the sectioned off bit. I've got all my 2 plaits close together as I can get them. In the middle, and I'm going to make a bun with these. I'll probably use this one first because this one's got the longest tassel on, so it'll be easier to hide. So, to make a bun, turn sideways. Okay, just what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap, so cross the 2 over, and then wrap it up, and then pin it. Just sort of pin it down, like that, and then wrap it sort of around itself. Put my pins in front of me, that would help. Push the pins in and try and tuck the ends under. Do it with my right hand. I'm right-handed. Okay, there's the ends. Just want to wrap the ends under. Okay, so you can see I've got one braid loose and the other one's kind of wrapped around and pinned in. Okay, so now I want to do the same with this one. So I'm going to take it out to wherever you want to start it from. I'm not good at pulling these pins apart. Okay, and again just pin it as you go. And try and make sure you've got your, if you've got a little thin elastic on it, won't show so much, but mine shows, but it doesn't matter for this. Just tuck in the ends. Okay, so now I've got a little bun now, okay, hope you can see that. Okay, so next, okay, I can take these bits loose now because they're not going to catch on anything. Next bit is not the very top section, but this second section this second bit that I sectioned off. Okay, this I'm going to first separate into two, just straight down the middle, so I've got one piece on each side. But I'm also going to take a small front piece of it to make into one braid that will go from the centre. Again, this will be this bit if you're doing it again, if you're doing it on a wig. This centrepiece you should do with the wig hair. If you're doing it obviously on your own hair, do it on your own hair. If you're using extensions, use them for underneath pieces. This piece will hide anything that you've put in underneath, so if you're using clip-in extensions, you want to use those to do these bits, because then where they're attached to the top will be hidden. I'm just going to put this into a band because it's going to get in the way. Okay, don't let me forget that's there. Okay, so I've got two sections here. I'm going to separate this into two and make these into two plaits. For speed with these two, I'm just going to do normal English braids, but in the book Katniss's mother uses like 10 different types of braids. I know this isn't what her mum does for her, but I think this is supposed to be based on what her mum does for her in the book. So you might want to mix up the types of plaits you do. So you could have, as you've got English plaits already in your bun, you could do, so I'm trying to get these even, you could do rope braids, you can do fishtail braids, 4, 5 and 6 strand braids if you've got enough hair. I don't obviously because these are really thin, like. Yeah, just mix up the types of plaits that you do and then it'll be more book authentic. And on the film she did have different types of plaits. She definitely had loose English braids at the back and fishtail braid. Certainly one fishtail braid I saw. And over the top, which I'll do in a minute, she definitely had rope braids. Which are really, really easy. They're actually easier than the 3-strand braids. So this I'm just tying off just for a moment while I do this one. So again, just for speed, I'm doing your standard English 3-strand braid, and I'm trying to plait them backwards. Don't let your ends get tangled like me because that's really bad. So yeah, I'm plaiting them in a backwards direction so that they sit nicely at the top of my head. Otherwise they go all bumpy, and I don't like that. Okay, tie it off. Depending on how long this video is, it's over 15 minutes already. I will fast